Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Hello everyone, welcome to the fourth lecture of week 7 on modernization and creative communication. Creative communication in the digital age explores how creativity serves as the cornerstone of effective messaging in today's technology-driven world. This lecture will delve into then the transformative power of imagination and innovation in crafting messages that resonate deeply with audience. We would also explore how by combining visuals, emotions and interactive mediums, creative message extends beyond traditional methods, embracing the dynamic tools and platforms of the digital era. So before we plunge into this, let us try to find out what is the meaning of creative communication. Creative communication is the art of using innovative strategies, tools and storytelling techniques to craft messages that not only inform but also captivate and influence audience. In a world where content is consumed in seconds, the power of creativity lies in making a message stand out, ensuring it lingers in the minds of those it reaches. By integrating visual elements, emotional resonance and compelling narratives, creative communication transforms ordinary messages into memorable experiences. Now, why is it so important in the digital age? The digital space is brimming with noise, with countless brands and individuals vying for attention. In this crowded environment, creativity is what sets successful communication apart. It enables individuals and organizations to cut through the clutter, establish their new unique identity and connect meaningfully with target audience. Moreover, creative communication isn't just about grabbing attention. It's about what? It's about building trust and fostering connections. Whether it's a brand launching a new product or a social cause trying to inspire action, effective and creative messages ensures that the audience not only listens but also engages. And there is a thought-provoking perspective. What is that? In today's fast-paced world of instant access to information and the problem of information overload, creativity in communication is no longer a luxury. It is an absolute necessity. Without it, message risks being lost in the sea of content. Creativity breathes life into communication, making it relevant, impactful and enduring. To truly thrive in the digital age, embracing creativity in every message is very much essential. Now, let us watch this ad for a while.
So clear, so pure. Clear glass from Saint Gobain.
So, the ad on Saint Gobain actually talks about what? It highlights the crystal clear quality of its glass through a humorous and surprising scenario. A man is startled by whatever appears to be a boy staring at him in a tunnel, only to discover it's a sticker on a perfectly clean glass. This clever use of visual storytelling and humor captures attention, engages emotions, and effectively communicates the product's unique selling point. By aligning creativity with the product's core feature, the ad transforms a simple demonstration into a memorable and impactful message, and that's what creativity is all about. So, what creativity brings to communication? Now, again, imagine two messages. One is plain and factual, while the other uses a storytelling, a twist, a surprise. Which one you are going to like the most? Exactly, the second one, right? Creativity takes something ordinary and makes it look extraordinary. It transforms simple ideas into something magical. It simplifies complexity and turns it into something we can all understand and enjoy. That's why I call it lifeblood of effective communication. Think about your favorite ad campaign. Why did you stick to that ad campaign? Any advertisement for that matter? It's likely wasn't just the information that you wanted to have from that advertisement. It was the way delivered to you, the way it was presented to you, the emotions it evoked, the story it told, or the innovation behind it. That's the magic of creativity. Now, let's talk about how communication has evolved. Words alone are not at all enough, or today we have so many tools with us like images, the videos, interactive platforms, even virtual reality. Modern communication is about immersive experience. It's all about blending emotions and innovation to create something that doesn't just inform but deeply connects with the audience. For instance, think of a powerful movie trailer or a video that made you feel something different. That's creative communication, and that's creative communication in action. It goes beyond words to make a message comes alive. Then we talk about transformative practices, UGC and prototype communication. Here's where things get interesting. Creativity in communication isn't just about what you do. It's about how you involve others. Let's explore these two practices making waves. First is UGC, user generated content. Have you ever heard about a brand in a photo or contributed to any online campaign? That's UGC, when audiences become active creators. Why is it so powerful? Because it builds authenticity, of course. When people see real users engaging with a brand or idea, it feels relatable and trustworthy, isn't it? It's like saying, hey, this isn't just marketing, it's the community, right? And that's the powerful way to connect. Now, come to this prototyped communication. This is all about testing and refining ideas. Think of it as like co-creating with your audience. You put something out there, get a feedback, tweak it and make it better, right? So it's a collaborative process that not only improves the message but also makes your audience feel very valued and heard. It's just like saying we are in this together, and this kind of feeling is something what communication is all about, creating a sense of connection, isn't it? So here's the takeaway. Creativity transforms communication. It helps us stand out, connect deeply, and adapt to our ever evolving digital world, whether through UGC, prototyping, or simply thinking outside the box. Creativity is what takes communication from good to something unforgettable. Now, let's study how communication function in the digital age. The digital landscape has transformed the way we connect, share ideas, and even the way we converse. There are 5 key characteristics that define this era of communication, and understanding them is essential for mastering creative messaging. First, instant communication. Now, platforms like WhatsApp and Twitter have revolutionized how quickly information is shared, isn't it? Messages are delivered and consumed in real time, making communication more dynamic than ever. This speed that I talk about means that audiences expect immediacy, whether it's a breaking news or a brand responding to their queries. In this fast-paced environment, being timely and relevant is critical. Next, let's talk about interactivity. Now, gone are the days of one-way communication. Digital media thrives on engagement. Tools like live Q&A session, question and answer sessions, polling, and even gamified experiences allow audience to participate actively, though they are not physically present, right? So this interaction builds a sense of community and keep audiences invested in the message. For example, a simple Instagram poll can create two-way dialogue, making the audience feel heard and valued. Now just understand this. Who doesn't love a personal touch? Of course, we all. Algorithms today analyze user behavior to present tailored content that feels almost like it was made just for you. Think of the recommendations you get on Netflix or Spotify. They know what you like because they have studied your behavior. This personalization enhances the relevance of communication and ensures that the message resonates with the audience on a deeper level. Another major characteristic of digital communication is multimedia integration. Text, images, audio, and video are no longer separate entities. They come together to create holistic communication experiences. Platforms like Instagram stories and Facebook stories combine all these elements seamlessly. This integration not only grabs attention but also makes the message more engaging and easier to remember. And finally, let's not forget the global reach of digital communication. Platforms like YouTube and LinkedIn allow messages to transcend borders, connecting audiences from all over the world. Yet, they also enable localization, tailored content to fit what? To fit the cultural context of specific audiences. This dual capability of being global yet local is a hallmark of communication in this age. So, what we find here, you can see communication in this digital age is fast, interactive, personalized, media driven, and finally globally accessible. These characteristics not only define or redefine how we share messages, but also offer incredible opportunities for creative communication. Now, let us understand this framework that help us to build our understanding why people engage with certain type of content, the uses and gratification theory. Let us understand that. Now, this theory shifts the perspective on communication. How? Instead of viewing audiences as passive recipients of information, it recognizes the people actively seek content to fulfill passive specific needs, right? So think about your own habits. What do you scroll? Why do you scroll? You go on scrolling, right? So why do you scroll through Instagram or read a blog? It's because you are looking for something, maybe entertainment, information, or social interactions, right? So let's now break this down into three primary motivations. First, entertainment. People turn to digital platforms for enjoyment purpose only, whether it's through memes, whether videos, whether reels or video storytellings, right? Think about platforms like TikTok, where creativity and humor actually dominate the place. These forms of entertainment provide an escape from daily routines and serve as a source of joy, something that the fantasy novels used to do for us. Now, think about information. Another key reason people engage with content is to stay informed. News feeds, blogs, and educational content are vital sources for knowledge. Platforms like Medium or even LinkedIn cater to this need. How? By providing valuable insights on various topics, projects, and ongoing discussions, right? And finally, let's not forget the social interaction, the human need to connect. Social media platforms like Facebook, Reddit, or this Instagram or Twitter facilitate conversations, discussions, and community building. These interactions create a deep sense of belongingness and engagement, right? So how creative communication aligns with these motivations? Here's the exciting part. Creative communication thrives when it aligns with these audience motivations. It's not enough to create content for the sake of creating it. It has to be relevant, engaging, and tailored to the audience's need. For example, if your audience seeks entertainment, you could use humor, storytelling, or gamification. If they value information, you might focus on delivering well-researched articles with infographics, pictographs, or explainer videos, right? And say, for example, if you want to know about a mobile phone, what we do? We go to the YouTube, search for unboxing of a particular mobile phone, right? So those videos are particularly, they serve the purpose for informing you about a particular product, right? And then if you are looking for connections, creating interactive polls, question answer sessions, or community driven campaigns can foster that bond even, right? Now, let us now explore the key elements of creative digital communication. These are, I think, building blocks that make digital communication engaging, memorable, and impactful. Each element plays a very vital role in shaping how messages are delivered and received in this digital age. First, let us talk about visual storytelling. Did you know that human process visuals 60,000 times faster than text? Yes, this is why infographics, animations, and videos are so effective. Than this, because they simply simplify, I would say, rather simplify complex ideas and make them more engaging. Imagine explaining climate change with a wall of text versus using an animated video with visuals, graphs, and relatable tables or characters, right? Which would you like to resonate with? Exactly. Visual storytelling help us connect instantly and makes information stick to our memory. This is what the role of visual storytelling is. And next is short form video content. See, which is this short form video content, it has completely transformed digital communication. Platforms like TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts are built around the principle of brevity and creativity. These videos are high impact because they grab attention within seconds and deliver their message concisely. See, for example, a 15-second product demo or a quick funny skit can create a stronger connection than a long drawn out advertisement, isn't it? The key here, then what is the key here? The most important part here is creativity and relevance. Packaging your message into something that's entertaining and easily shareable. And then you have interactive content, right? Interactive content takes engagement to the next level. Tools like augmented reality, quizzes, and virtual try-ons make the audience an active participant. For instance, these beauty brands, now they allow the users to use the lipstick shades virtually before buying them. This kind of personalization doesn't just engage, it builds trust and boosts customer confidence. Even you can see, you have Lenskart. You go choose a frame and you can set your face in that camera and can use the frames that suits your face, right? So these kind of interactive content makes communication immersive and fun, which is crucial for building stronger audience connections. Then finally, let us then talk about emotional storytelling. People may forget what you say, but they will never forget how you made them feel. Narratives that evoke empathy, inspiration, or even joy create lasting impressions. Think about campaigns that focus on social causes or human stories. They just don't sell a product, they build a connection. They don't sell anything. Emotional storytelling allows brand to align with values their audience care about. So creating deeper loyalty with audience, deeper sense of resonance with audience is something that the marketers or something this market needs, right? Now these four elements, visual storytelling, short form video content, interactive content, and emotional narratives are what make creative communication effective in today's digital world. They capture attention, drive engagement, and most importantly, leave a lasting impact. When you combine all these and when you combine thoughtfully, this will allow you to create content that not only informs but also inspire and connect. Now that we have discussed the elements of creative communication, it's equally important to address the challenges that come with operating in the digital space. While digital communication offers numerous opportunities, it also presents significant hurdles that communicators must navigate very carefully. Now, let's start with content overload. See, think about that sheer amount of information people are exposed to every single day. Emails, social media posts, news articles, advertisements, and so many things, right? So it's overwhelming. This saturation makes it incredibly difficult for any single message to stand out. As communicators, we have to work harder to break through this noise, ensuring that our content is not only engaging but also remain memorable, because there's large amount of information, large amount of content on similar issues are there, right? But you have to stand out. That's the challenge. Next is the issue of short attention span. Did you know that research shows the average online user loses interest in just 8 seconds? That's less time than it takes to read a headline. This means our communication needs to be immediate, impactful, and to the point. If we don't capture the audience's attention quickly, they will scroll past or move on to the next thing. So, concise, visual engaging, and emotionally resonant is the key. Another critical challenge is ethics in digital communication. As communicators, we yield significant influence, but with that influence comes responsibility, right? Misleading ads, fake news, and then the misuse of personal data can erode trust, isn't it? For example, algorithms might push content that's sensational but not entirely accurate, leading to misinformation. It's our job to prioritize honesty and transparency to build and maintain credibility with our audience. Finally, let's talk about dependency. Algorithms and automation have undoubtedly revolutionized the way we communicate. But over-reliance on those tools comes with their own risks. One major issue that we are facing nowadays is homogenization. When algorithms prioritize similar types of content, creativity and diversity can take a backseat, right? So, additionally, relying too much on data can sometimes overshadow the human aspect of communication, which is, I think, just as important as anything else. Now, let us concentrate on the opportunities. When we talk about the opportunities, what are the opportunities it offers? The digital age doesn't just present obstacles, but you have to remember it opens doors to innovative and transformative ways of connecting with audience. Let us then explore the 3 key opportunities. First, technological innovations. One of the most significant opportunities lies in technological advancements. Artificial intelligence has transformed how we communicate by enabling personalization at scale. For instance, platforms like Spotify use AI to create personalized playlists, tailoring content to individual preferences. This level of customization enhances user experiences and makes communication feel more personal and very relevant, right? Similarly, virtual reality and augmented reality are revolutionizing storytelling. These technologies provide immersive experiences such as virtual real estate tours, interactive product demonstration, allowing users to engage with content in a deeper and more impactful way. These tools not only capture attention but also create lasting impressions. Another remarkable opportunity is the ability to build communities. In the digital space, what we talk about, niche platform foster a sense of belonging by connecting people with shared interests. For example, these online forums or group of specific hobbies, industries or causes create a space where individuals can engage meaningfully with like-minded people. This sense of community strengthens audience loyalty and encourages organic engagement, making it easier for messages to resonate deeply. And then the most important one, digital communication allows us to transcend geographical boundaries and engage with diverse audience. Translation tools and localized campaigns enable seamless global communication. Brands can now tailor their message to align with cultural nuances, ensuring they are relevant and respectful in various contexts. This cross-cultural adaptability not only expands reach but also builds stronger connections with global audience. So these opportunities highlight how digital communication can be leveraged to its full potential. So by embracing technological innovation, fostering community building and enabling cross-cultural interactions, communicators can create meaningful and impactful experiences. Now, as the digital landscape evolves, so must our strategies for crafting and delivering messages. So, let's break this down into 5 essential aspects. The first step is recognizing the dynamic nature of digital world. Communication now happens across multiple platforms, social media, email, messaging apps and so more. Each of these platforms has unique features, audiences and engagement style. So to modernize communication, we need to understand where our audience are and how they prefer to interact. This ecosystem requires agility as trends and technologies shift constantly. Next, also talk about leveraging technology for creativity. Now, technology has become a catalyst for creativity. Tools like artificial intelligence and augmented reality allow us to create personalized, immersive experiences that were once unimaginable. As you have seen in many of the apps where AI tailors the message according to the behavior of the consumer. So these innovations not only capture attention but also enhance how audience perceive and connect with your message. Now, in the past, communication was largely transactional, right? Focusing on delivering of information or driving sales. Modern communication, however, is relational. It's about building connection and fostering trust over time. This means engaging with your audience through two-way conversations, and what you call is listening to their feedback and creating content that feels personal and relevant. What is the goal then? The goal is to move from talking at your audience to talking with your audience. And then one of the most, or one of the, I would say, greatest achievement or greatest advantage of modern communication is the ability to reach global audiences while maintaining local relevance. For example, a global brand can create a universal campaign but tailor its messaging to resonate with specific cultural context. Translation tools, localized visuals, and regional specific content ensure that your message is both inclusive and meaningful. Finally, modernization or modernizing communication requires a future-oriented mindset. This means staying ahead of trends and adopting sustainable, ethical, and innovative practices. Whether it's integrating sustainability into campaigns, using blockchain for transparency, or experimenting with emerging technologies like the metaverse, future forward practices ensure that your communication remains relevant with the next generation of audiences. Now, let us take a look at the theoretical perspectives that underpin creative communication. These theories help us understand the deeper dynamics of how messages are crafted, delivered, and interpreted. Let's explore two key frameworks here. One, the semiotics of Roland Barthes and the transactional model of communication. Let's begin with semiotics, a theory introduced by Roland Barthes. Semiotics teaches us that communication isn't just about words. It's about the signs, the symbols, and the meanings embedded in every message. In essence, the way we interpret symbols shape our understanding of a message. Say, for example, take a green check mark, for instance. Globally, it's recognized as a symbol of approval or success. It's not just a mark, it conveys what? A universal meaning, right? Another example is the emojis. Emojis transcend language barriers, allowing us to express emotions, reactions, and ideas in a way that word often cannot. Whether it's a laughing face or a heart emoji, these symbols carry meaning that is instantly understood worldwide. In creative communication, leveraging semiotics allows us to convey complex ideas through simple, relatable symbols. It's a powerful way to connect with diverse audience. And now let's move on to the transactional model of communication. Unlike older models that treated communication as one-way process, this views it as a dynamic two-way interaction. It emphasizes that both the sender and the receiver are active participants in sharing the communication process. One important aspect of this model is feedback. So, if you can refer to Gamble and Gamble communication model, you will see that feedback becomes the most important element in the model, because feedback from the audience is very important as it allows communicators to adjust their message in real time to ensure clarity and engagement. For example, when brands respond to consumer or to customer comments on social media, they are engaging in a transactional process. The audience feedback shapes how the brand continues the conversation, making it more relevant and impactful. So, both these theories, semiotic and the transactional model of communication, highlight the richness of communication. While semiotics focus on the meanings behind the symbols, the transactional model reminds us of the importance of interaction and feedback. Together, they form the foundation of creative and effective communication strategies. So, as we now going to wrap up our discussion, let's reflect on the essence of creative communication and why is it so important than ever in this digital age. Creative communication thrives at the intersection of technology and innovation. In this rapidly evolving digital landscape, it's no longer enough to simply convey information. Creativity combined with cutting-edge tools enables us to inspire, engage and captivate our audience in ways that were unimaginable in just a few decades ago. Whether it is through AI-powered personalization, immersive AR experiences or innovative storytelling, the possibilities are endless when creativity meets technology. And in the digital age, the ability to inspire and engage is not just a bonus, it's a necessity. Attention spans are shorter than ever and the competition for visibility is fierce. So, capturing your audience's attention requires more than delivering facts. It requires emotional resonance, relevance and compelling narratives that leave a lasting effect. And then one of the key takeaways of importance of experimentation. What is that? Use the tools and techniques available to you to create content that stands out. Whether it's exploring new platforms, testing interactive formats, or experimenting with different tones and styles, creativity thrives on exploration. Don't be afraid to try something new. It often where the best ideas are born. So, remember, creativity is the currency of the 21st century. It is what sets you apart in the ever-growing digital crowd. Use it to craft messages that not only inform but also inspire and connect. So, let's embrace innovation, stay authentic, and continue to explore the endless possibilities of creative communication. Thank you.